And if you're just joining us, the breaking news story we've been running in the last few minutes here on the show is that the Office of a Special Prosecutor has moved in to freeze all the assets of the former Chief Executive Officer of a Forestry Commission, the late Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie, popularly known as Sir John, following all the controversies that, has surrounded, the will that leaked into the public domain. Joining us is private legal practitioner Justice Abdullahi. Thank you, Justice Abdullahi, for joining us. I remember when we spoke to you when all of this controversy began brewing, you mentioned that the state had the right to step in and freeze, execution of that will pending a probe or investigations. That is clearly happening now.
Indeed, you're right. Clearly it means that your media house is very much listened to by the state. And for us, as I've always been indicating, our fight is not for any mischievous reason than for God and country. And so if the special prosecutor and indeed the state in its entirety listens to us and then takes the wisdom in some of the things we say, we can only thank God and pray that we do more for the betterment of all of that.
So what will it mean going forward in terms of the content of the will itself? It means nothing absolutely can be done until a determination of the Office of a Special Prosecutor and the state as a whole?
It literally means that no person can benefit from the proceeds of the will. It means that the entire dispute going on in the court regarding the properties that have been devised under the will, the court is likely not even, the court may possibly make an order literally freezing, staying further proceedings in the matter. Not because the court is mandated to do so, but because it will not make any sense for the court to complete the trial or adjudication over the matter, only to realize that no person can actually benefit from it, particularly because it could turn out to be the proceeds of criminality. And if it turns out that way, no one really benefits from that. And the court would not exercise its authority utility. And so, to that extent, the court would always be mindful of some of these events, particularly if it comes to the knowledge of the court that these freezing orders have been made. Further proceedings are likely to be stayed, awaiting the decision of the special prosecutor in respect of the property, the subject of the will.
Let's look at the possibilities of the outcomes. For example, if this, audit or probe is concluded and it is found that there's been no wrongdoing, the execution of a will can continue. What if in the event there's some wrongdoing that's detected? Would that mean the assets, some of which will be in contention, will be declared void?
So what it means is that once the special prosecutor steps in with the freezing order, if it turns out that the property actually belongs to was a legitimate property properly acquired, there are other processes that automatically issues in. Now, however, what that means is that if it turns out that they are indeed owners, they could be reverted to the actual owners upon an application or upon the special prosecutor himself determining otherwise. Otherwise, usually it doesn't happen that once the special prosecutor finds that there's some amount of criminality, everybody is likely to lose the entire property.
Okay. Thank you very much. Justice Abdullahi, private legal practitioner there helping us. And again, if you're just joining us, the story is that the Office of a Special Prosecutor has moved in to freeze all the assets of a late Forestry Commission Chief Executive Officer Kwadwo Owusu-Afriyie, known popularly as Sir John, whose will became public sometime last month, in which there were contentious issues regarding parcels of land at the Achimota Forest area, plus parcel of land at the Ramsar site, which we now know is a subject of a full-scale probe by the Office of a Special Prosecutor.